Hello friends, Yube here, welcome to a brand new series. This is Town of Salem. This is a game that's been getting a fair amount of popularity over the last, I'd say, couple of years. I don't think it's actually been out for that long at all. If you don't know what Town of Salem is, it's a sort of modern day realization of a classic forum game called Mafia, occasionally also called Werewolves. Which is a social game. People would go onto internet forums, those things that existed before Reddit, and they would play this game. They would, log in, leave their post, further the game a little bit, and it would be played over the course of weeks, even months. And this is a modern day update, which is intended to be played over the course of, maybe 20 or 30 minutes. I was actually a little bit nervous about playing this game the first time I played it. Because it's an entirely social game. It's a game where there's very limited gameplay, and most of the gameplay takes place in the form of communication between you and the other players. It's a game of deception, really, and a game of psychology and game theory. I haven't played a huge amount of it. I've played 12 games, and to be honest, I was surprised I'd even played that amount. I only played this game over the course of a couple of evenings with my old World of Warcraft guild, a lot of whom I'm still friends with, and we were all pretty drunk by the time we started playing the game. So honestly, I don't really remember playing that much of it. This was maybe 6 months ago. And I guess let's jump into it. I'll give you a very brief overview of the game first. Fundamentally, the game is... what am I trying to say here? When the game starts, you're given a role at random. There are dozens of different roles in the game, and each role has different win conditions. You don't know what role anyone else is for the most part, unless you're a member of a specific faction and you're aware of the other members of that faction. And each role has different win conditions, and you basically have to win the game without anyone realizing you've done it, if that makes sense. So I guess we'll just jump right in and hit play. We can't play ranked yet, because you need to have 50 games played. I've only got 12. We could play ranked practice, but I think I'm just going to stick with a normal classic game. Probably the simplest and hopefully least, or most forgiving gameplay we're going to get here. So let's join lobby and let's just get with it. My frame rate counter seems to be a little bit haywire. It's telling me I've got 1 frame per second. And while this game is perhaps a little bit framey, it's certainly not 1 game per second, or 1 frame per second. So we've got 15 players in the lobby. We're going to be starting, and these are the roles that are available. So we'll be given a role when we start, and we'll see what happens there. I guess. I guess we'll call ourselves Brian. I think that's the name I gave myself when I drunkenly played this 6 months ago. So we'll stick with it. Brian has joined the town. Radical Islam has joined the town. Wow, someone's feeling edgy. This game does have a chat filter, which I've left enabled for now, just because it's kind of funny. It replaces all your curse words with like old Western style words like tarnation. And this is the role, the wheel of roles here. I'm the framer. Okay, so I don't know what this is. I'm a skilled counterfeiter who manipulates information. So I'm a member of the Mafia. So I win if the Mafia wins, regardless of if I'm dead or not, I think. Where am I? I'm here, along with Samuel Sewell and Asa. Okay. So, I'm not really sure what's going to go on here. Okay, I choose someone to frame at night. If my target is investigated, they'll appear to be a member of the Mafia. So I've got to choose someone to frame as a member of the Mafia. And I become the mafioso if there's no one else left who can kill anyone. So basically, I win if the Mafia wins, which is by killing everyone who will not submit to the Mafia. So I'm chatting to the Mafia right now. Samuel Sewell has decided to kill Jailer tonight. So Samuel Sewell and Defo the GG are other members of the Mafia. I guess I choose someone to frame. I mean, I guess I'm gonna frame Zoidberg. I don't really... go for Radical Islam? Yeah, okay, sure. Let's go for Radical Islam, sure. Sure thing. Hopefully my typing isn't too loud. I did do a quick check beforehand, but it's not necessarily... I mean, sometimes I type louder when I'm kind of excited about what's going on, when I'm enjoying the game. So everyone's come back in the next day. And it'll tell us what's happened in the night now. I think. Is it going to tell us what happened in the night? Usually does. Hi. This Radical Islam guy, I'm going to frame the fuck out of him. This guy's annoying. What's happened? That's a great question. Nothing happened. Okay. Why did nothing happen? Surely something should have happened. I feel like something should have happened. Okay. Someone probably got a sat last night and was saved. Okay, that makes sense. So, what happened? Defo the GG tried to kill Jailer, and someone must have protected Jailer. So he must have a doctor. I think a doctor can protect someone during the night. Radical Islam is whispering to Jailer. That seems interesting. I don't really know who to vote for. Right now we're voting for someone to, if someone gets voted, they get hung, basically. If someone gets 8 votes, they get thrown into the middle and lynched. So what's happening here is and I don't know the game that well myself, so it's difficult for me to explain it to anyone else. But we have the green names here are the town, and basically we have to kill everyone except the Mafia. The town has to kill or have lynched the evil people, so the Mafia as well as the Executioner and various other roles which aren't here. Okay. So I guess we're killing Jailer. I'm gonna frame Radical Islam again because he's been shouting around a bit. He's been making his voice heard, and I feel like people might vote against him. So people might think he is a member of the Mafia. There are other mechanics to this game, like there's a last will, which is revealed when someone is killed. Their last will is revealed, which can either give or deliberately mislead other people. So Sarah Good and Jailer were both killed. We killed Jailer, or rather Defo the GG killed Jailer. And hopefully my job is to make the town think that someone else killed Jailer and Sarah Good. I don't know who killed Sarah Good. I imagine it's probably the Executioner, but I don't know. Great, good last will. So yeah, hopefully it'll maybe look like what am I trying to say here? Like Radical Islam killed Jailer. If I could ideally frame that in a better way. So Jailer was the escort, and Sarah Good was the Executioner. Oh, okay, so who killed Sarah? That's what I'd like to know. Interesting. Oh, great, yeah, cool, no worries. So you just got someone just up and leaving, cool. Oh, that makes sense. The Radical Islam was the doctor, because he protected Jailer, who was the escort, from being killed in the first night, and then we saw them whispering together in the second day. We don't know whether he was doctor. He may have just been helping out his friend. But his friend's already lost, Jailer. I don't know if he's got anyone else who he's friends with in the game. You can join this game as a party, so that may have been what's happening here. Kind of sucks. I mean, I guess I don't really know who to vote for now. Yeah, I don't really know who I'm voting for. I guess I don't vote for anyone. Wallaby's voted against me, which is worrying because stop. Samuel Sewell, what are you... Great, thanks. You might be on my side, man. Maybe I'm just really bad at my job. Maybe I'm meant to be doing something else that I wasn't sure about. Yeah, guys, why brain? Yeah, what did I do? That's what I'd like to know. Okay. So the Godfathers decided to kill Zoidberg, so I think that means the Mafia, or the Mafiosos have to try to kill Zoidberg. I think that's how that works. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I'm very new to this game as well. Not really, entirely sure. I mean, oh, right, okay, so, I mean, really, I don't think... frame Hagar, okay, sure, why not? Where's Hagar? Okay, yeah, sure. Can't really do that, then, because he's already left. But yeah, I mean, there are... What am I looking at here? The investigator can investigate someone and find out their role. So I guess my role is to make sure that if they're investigated, they look like they're a member of the Mafia. I'm still getting to grips with this game. It gets fairly complicated, although it's not really at the moment. Zoidberg is the mayor, perhaps, or at least this guy thought Zoidberg was the mayor. Yeah, you've been visited by Mr. Skelton again. Cool. All the different roles, I mean, I'm not going to go into depth on all of them because, frankly, I don't understand a lot of them. such a funny sentence. I'm beginning to see why he named himself that. But you know, we'll pick it up together as we go along. If you're not familiar with the game, then to be honest, you know, join the club. You know, we're in the same boat there. So, I mean, I'm doing okay. I got voted against for some reason. I'll minimize that. I know who's who. Got voted against for some reason. I don't know why. I think it was probably just a random vote. I think someone's probably just trying to vote randomly. Maybe try and throw the scent off themselves. Maybe not. Difficult to tell. People keep leaving the game, man. I'm not sure I'm happy with it. Oh, Hey Guys was the jester. And Zoidberg is the mayor. Okay. I feel like I'm just picking random names from a list here. Yeah, now what? You read my mind. Actually, that's a very good point. Mako did say that Radical Islam wasn't the Doctor, and it turned out that he was the Doctor. So it looks like he's going to get voted against. He may be a good framing target. He's likely to be investigated, so I may actually get a chance to... I don't know. I mean, if he is the investigator, obviously it's not going to work. But I think maybe he might be trying to dodge being framed here. He may just be voted against now and murdered. I think this is scapegoating, but then obviously the whole game is based on the idea of scapegoating and jumping on the bandwagon of saying someone's guilty when there's very little evidence for it. In that regard, it's quite clever because obviously it's named after the Salem witch trials. I don't know how clear that was. Yeah, okay, he's dead now. He's got 6 votes against him. And he's going to the gallows. And we're going to find out what role he was in the graveyard. And now I've got no idea who to frame in the night event. If he's the investigator, then really I've got very little to do here. He's still saying he's the investigator? Oh, sorry, yes, okay. So he's just on trial. We now get to vote on whether he's guilty or innocent. I'm going to say innocent until proven guilty. I don't think there's enough reason to think that this guy is innocent or is guilty. What am I doing? This guy's not in the Mafia, so I should want him to die, right? What am I talking about? I just kind of like I got on my high horse and was like, well, there's no evidence to convict this man. But I forgot I'm an evil dude. I want him to die, right? He's now dead. I changed my vote in the last minute, right? Yeah, I voted guilty. Cool. We'll find out what he is. He may have been the investigator. Brian is either the framer, the vampire, or the jester. Well, I mean... yeah, okay, so he's the investigator. The investigator, when he visits someone, I believe he's given a list of 3 potential roles, and obviously the person is only one of them. So... okay. Yeah, I think killing this seems fishy, seems reasonable. I was going to frame him. Mako was the investigator, so there's really very little I can do here. Because my role relies on the investigator doing their role, and obviously Mako's unlikely to do his role. I'm going to see this game through, because obviously... hello, I've framed what's up, I guess. I have no idea what I'm doing, honestly. Sorry, Defo the GG, you're teaming with a noob here. That's okay, though. You've all got to start somewhere. Frame ice, okay. Okay, I get it. Cool, we did it. I don't know why he wants me to kill ice. But, oh, okay. Ah, right, okay. So, presumably ice killed Defo? I don't know. This seems fishy. Was killed by a member of the Mafia. Username checks out. Brian, Wallaby and Mako visited. Why is he saying Brian? Oh, was he... what role was he? Did he, is he another investigator or something? Can you have 2 investigators? He's the lookout. What does the lookout do? I'm not sure what the lookout does. But we'll find out over the course of the next... however long, I guess. Oh, we've got a serial killer on the loose. Okay. I am enjoying this. It's useful. I am enjoying this. It's interesting. I'm normally quite an introverted gamer. I like to I like to play with chat often. I generally don't play social games that often, with the exception of World of Warcraft when I had my World of Warcraft guild before everyone left in Warlords of Draenor Classic. But I am enjoying this. It's a step outside of my gaming comfort zone. He says I'm the Mafia, and honestly, I don't have a defense. I'm just gonna make that face and see what they do with it. I think I'm gonna get voted onto trial here. And honestly, I don't have a defense because having a defense would rely on knowing how the game works. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna vote against me. I guess yeah, okay. There we go. Yeah. Hope I've inspired some guilt into their cold, dead hearts. That's it, that's my defense. Samuel will have voted guilty, by the way, even though he's on my team, because voting innocent would look way too dodgy. Because he knows I am guilty, so he needs to side with the town in order to maintain their trust. I think. I mean, I'm assuming that's going to be how it plays out. Yep, there we go. I am dead. I don't have any last words. My last word was maybe. I'll take it. Alright, fine. I have died. That's okay, though. That's okay. Yeah, never mind. Sorry, Defo. I know 1 in 10 billion chance you watch this. Then, soz. Now there is another role called the medium who can chat to the dead. I don't even know how to reply to this guy. I can't even. I don't even know how to reply to this guy. I feel bad. Do I just like /R? No. I don't know how to. I don't know how to. I don't know how to reply to this guy. He's probably about to flame the fuck out of me. Feel like that may be justified. But you know what? We're in casual, man. Everyone's got to start somewhere. He's just saying, "Hey, Brian." I'm not gonna dignify that with an answer, Defo. You don't deserve it. Was he not whispering to me? Was he just like chatting to me? Maybe that was just in team chat because we're both in the Mafia, and he was like, "Hi," and I was like, and then he just decided that I hated him. Brian is Mafia. Well, I mean, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. This guy watches sex tapes all day. Fantastic. I don't know where these messages are coming from. I don't know if they're just like Town of Salem memes. I feel like it's likely. I can't imagine that would be a default message that comes up if there's no will. No, it tells you if there's no will. That's fine. So I'm backing Samuel Sewell here. I don't know, but I think I still win if I think I still win if the Mafia win, but I'm not sure because I'm dead. I'm glad there's someone else here who's just as new as I am. They don't know if they can be seen because they're dead. Yeah. Sorry, I can't remember if I finished the point I was on earlier. Where I mentioned there was a role called the medium, which can talk to the dead in the middle of the night and hopefully get some information that can help the town out. But of course, there are also bad guys, and the medium doesn't necessarily know who's who. So their role is one of the more interesting ones. Where they have to kind of weed the correct information from the deliberate misinformation. My very first game was as a medium, and I was pretty hammered. I had no idea what I was doing, and I think I probably cost not only my friends, but the entire town the game if I'm any judge. Which, to be honest, I'm probably not. I should, just thinking I should probably hide the mouse cursor in future videos. I apologise for that, I didn't really think about it. I like having it on in my other series, so should probably make sure that goes away. Because it's a default cursor, so I know how annoying that can be. I do apologise. I'll make sure that's fixed for the next episode. Okay, who was Ice? Mafia really seemed to want him dead, so I'm guessing he may have been the mayor. No, Zoidberg was the mayor. He may have been the... Oh, he was the medium, right? Okay, well that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, the medium is maybe one of the more powerful town roles. I think. But maybe one of the harder ones to play as well, because it relies so much on communication and misinformation. I don't know. I'm learning, man. I'm learning as much as anyone. This is a bad medium, apparently. I don't know. I mean, he seemed okay. Didn't really hear anything out of him, so I mean, I guess that maybe that makes him a bad medium by default. I like the music, I have to say. So it's pretty strong, fairly simple, but pretty strong. Samuel Sewell is dead. Oh no. So the Mafia have definitely lost. GG. No last will. I haven't got a last will either. I'll get into that a little bit later on, I think. They must be pleased that the Godfather's dead. Who was Wassap then? Serial killer? Oh no, he was killed by the serial killer, of course. Who else would he be killed by? So he was the sheriff, right? Oh no, Wallaby was the sheriff. He watches sex tapes all day as well, that's not a problem. Unless there are more than one of some roles, there must be. Oh, is it Vigilante? Vigilante's not on the list, so I didn't really know what that means. I don't know what that means. Maybe Vigilante is a role that just straight up doesn't show up on the list because maybe whatever they does, or maybe whatever they do relies on people not knowing they exist. Maybe, I don't know. These guys are duking it out now. That's the chat filter kicking in. Jailer, you're tarnation, my friend. Tarnation. Yeah, what happens here? Because they're just going to kill each other tonight. One of them definitely is the serial killer, of course. And yeah, to be fair, we haven't had a jailer. Oh, okay, so right, this is... I thought this was like a key down here, town killing and random town. I don't know why I thought that. So that means there's a random town killing role and a random general town role. Which one of these would be the vigilante. And one of them would be the lookout, I guess, who also doesn't know. The lookout's here. I really need to work on my reading skills. One of them would be the mayor, I suppose. So they're just going to kill each other tonight and both find that they're out and not at home. Killing each other. Oh dear, this seems interesting. I apologise for not really having... I mean, I guess it seems silly to apologise, but I think it's a shame I haven't really had much to do this game. Because, you know, it's the first episode of a new series. I'd like it's been perhaps a little bit more interactive. It's the nature of Town of Salem. Sometimes you get very interactive roles like perhaps the medium or the what am I thinking here? The jailer. And sometimes you get uninteractive roles. Okay, so Bucklar won out and killed Asa. So Asa presumably was a serial killer. Yeah, Asa would have been the serial killer. Bucklar was the jailer. Cool. Okay, Sam. Hail Hydra. Don't know what that means either. Okay, so the town won then. Which means we lost. GG. Cool, town wins, which means I lost. That's okay. We're going to be playing more of that in the future. I'm enjoying this. It's good. It's good. It's a good game. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you've got any constructive criticism, anything you'd like to see more of in the future, anything you wouldn't, any tips for me would be nice. I'm not going to go look up information on my own because I want to go into it at least fairly kind of blind. But yeah, if there's anything you feel like I really should know, then feel free to leave a comment. But for now, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.